Jim here with ESBR. We are joined with Ben Shalom, Barnsley, the second stadium event. What an ending to the night with Callum Simpson getting the win. How are we feeling?
Unbelievable, just delighted for him, to be honest. It was an emotional night, you know, seeing all his family there and all the fans there. We were here last year, as you said, for the British and Commonwealth, but tonight was special.
It was
15,000.
Ridiculous. It's the loudest I've ever heard.
Oakwell.
Yeah, that's the one.
It was phenomenal. The fans they're so connected to him, and they're so proud of him, and they're so happy for what he's doing for the city. It really is putting Barnsley on the map, and we're delighted to be here. We're delighted to be part of the journey. It was a difficult fight, you know. Zuko carried a lot of power, and we knew that. 18 knockouts out of 21 wins, that's for a reason. And he found that out in the first round. He found that out again, and that left hand was heavy. But that's the way Callum fights. He's a come-forward fighter, and that brings risk. But in the end, it's quality shone, and I knew that uppercut was going to be the dangerous punch.
Of course, 2-3 years ago, I remember him being on the David Light undercard, and the way he's progressed. Obviously, what's that mean for you as a promoter, especially with obviously the Sky Sports thing being spoke about so much? The way you've brought him up to not only European, but the sky's still the limit for him.
Yeah, I think, look, a lot of our fighters we've had to start from the very bottom with and move them pretty quickly, and Callum's one of them. And reminds me a little bit of the Chris Billingsmith story. Obviously, Chris Billingsmith was further along in his career, so to actually be headlining a stadium show for a European title just shows how big a ticket seller, how big a star he can become. But as you said, you know, I met Callum when he was on the small horse scene. And just looking for a break, so to be here now and see his family and everything that they've been through, and see him develop as well. He's still a work in progress, he's still going to improve, but yeah, it was a amazing feeling tonight.
Might as well, last question real quick. The Sky Sports is such a big debate. Is there something settled for the future yet, or is it just eyes peeled?
Well, we've got a big announcement to come. There's been a lot of speculation, and a lot of people say this and say that, and I'm seeing things tonight. We're still in discussions with Sky, and it's been a crazy 6 months with some massive wins for us. So we have an announcement soon, but as a business, we have to grow as well, and we have to make sure that we are able to put on the biggest events possible with the biggest budgets possible. And yeah, it's been an amazing journey since when we started, and we're only getting bigger and bigger, and should be an unbelievable end to the year.
Thank you so much, Ben.
Cheers,
Appreciate
boss.
it.